welcome back to our podcast, Two Mics No Limit. I'm your host, Lydia.
And I'm Fati.
I know we're wearing black. Nobody died. I promise.
It wasn't planned.
It wasn't planned at all. I'm just be feeling a little like congested, like allergies. That's why I'm kind of like a little. I'm grieving my allergies. You know, I never used to be allergic to pollen and stuff like that.
Oh,
till
now
I got
you are?
tested. Yeah, cause so in college I used to be I'm allergic to alcohol. So I will have like a reaction when I drink. So I wanted to find out what was going on with me or whatever. And when I got there, instead of them testing me, I wanted them to test me for like barley, wheat, like those things.
Oh yeah,
But they
common
tested me
allergens.
for like pollen and like trees, like environmental stuff. And literally after that, I started experiencing like allergies when allergy seasons came around.
Oh, look, I am a conspiracy theorist, so don't get me started because I will be the one to tell you that they most likely, like the whatever they
Whatever
used,
test kinda
whatever
triggered me, yeah.
introduced it, and that is the government at work. Nah.
No,
I'm just
because
playing.
like when they poked me with it, it was fine and everything. And then after a couple of like hours, it started to bubble up and it started to itch. But then I'm like, oh, okay, cleared up. Okay, whatever, fine. They put it down. I'm not allergic. But then the next year, I start like having to sneeze. My nose is itching. Like last night, I had started having a nosebleed because I was itching it so much.
Oh my
God! And it was so dry. Yeah, it was so dry. I'm just like, what the hell is going on? Like, I had to go to the urgent care this morning to go see what's going on. But anyway,
That's crazy.
how was your week?
Well, shoot, I don't know anymore. Like you just, damn, are you okay?
We had to come give you guys a show today, so I had to pull it together. When you called me, I was in bed like, hello.
Yeah. Taking a nap. Like, girl, it is time to go.
Yeah.
Get up.
I'm here, responsible.
We're happy that you're here.
Thank you. Oh, did you hear Tory Lanez got stabbed?
Yeah. They were on Twitter having a field
Like
day.
a debate?
No, a debate. Girl, the memes that were flying
saying
is
that
crazy.
It's a lie or something like that.
Yeah, I saw that too. Because how is it that he got stabbed 14 times and had like 2 collapsed lungs, but he's like, now breathing on his own.
Maybe it wasn't like deep stabs, but like a jab.
I mean, if it was enough to collapse his lungs, then I'm pretty sure he got it. He got.
Yeah.
But then again, we don't know what the doctors were able to do. Like, it's a bunch of non-medical professionals making comments about that.
To him though.
Why wouldn't they? Like, that dude is a menace.
Aside from what happened with Megan, I didn't really hear anything about.
No, but you got to think about his history though. Like, I don't even. I already saw the theories about people saying that a decision is being made on his appeal, so someone's trying to take him out, or that like someone called a hit on him, or like whatever this is his like whatever I saw whatever
from the Twitter haters.
Yo, don't get me started on them. But I feel like because he has a history of being like a hothead and violence and all that other stuff, like I feel like it is super possible that he probably got into it with the wrong one. Like, he did that little leprechaun stuff like with the wrong one, and they came back and did what they do. Like, but that's what happens when you just like you can't just go and think you could just talk to somebody anyhow or do like treat people a certain way, like, because some people are really crazy, and that's the story. Like, I feel like it's more likely than that happened that he started some type of beef with someone because he is a hothead. Like, he just
Well, I hope he's okay and that he has like the guard that he like be able to protect him in jail.
Oh,
and keep him out of harm's way, and
hopefully,
yeah.
Or
hopefully
they could put him in protective custody, maybe, like. And
because I mean, I feel like no matter what, it's just like you don't want somebody to.
Absolutely not. Yeah, that's OD. Like,
yeah,
it's not. It was never that serious. Like, as far as death, like, it's not that serious. But yeah.
I think you wanted to talk about the post you sent me, the the centering of men. Let me know in the comments what you got, like, what do you guys think that means to begin with. But from what you sent me, I think, what was it?
Like, so it didn't start with that though. Like, it started with the way Twitter discourse goes is crazy. Like, because it'll be one thing like that just ignites like the whole internet or something. Like, don't start, bro. Don't start.
She said they took my face and put it to your
Don't start, bro. I thought we were moving on.
I'm sorry.
No. Okay. With that, like I said, I'm very opinionated. I be talking my stuff. So like this one time, right? This was last year, October. Oh, damn. Did that just happen? Okay. This is last year, October. I made a tweet. I quoted a tweet of like Angel Reese in lingerie. Like she had like a lingerie. Why are you laughing? Like, yo, what is relax. Okay. Hello. So it was I made a tweet about Angel Reese like in lingerie, like, and I quoted her saying, people keep sexualizing me, right? Because in my head, I'm like, okay, because all I saw was that, like that clip of her crying at the press conference about being sexualized or whatever. And like, I think she made like a different comment before about like being sexualized or whatever. But like, people were trying to spin it like, well, because in the press conference, she ain't mentioned nothing about no porn. So I guess like someone made AI porn about her, like of her or something like that, and like sent it to family or whatever. So like, and I guess like maybe that, like, because that's what people were saying, that she was talking about like that AI porn thing. So that's why she was crying in the press conference. But when you watch the press conference or like you even see any articles on it, she didn't mention anything about AI porn. And all I knew was from that, because that like kind of made headlines or whatever about her being sexualized. And all she was saying was like, you know, people bullying her, talking down on her, sexualizing her, like, and that was that, right? So that's the only context I had personally. So then I quoted the lingerie picture, you know, that red whatever lingerie picture, whatever. And I put in quotes like, people keep sexualizing me, and I was like, all right, baby girl. When I tell you that shit went viral, I don't know how, like, why that tweet, yo, it was like 5 words, like, but it triggered so many people. Like, it was so many girls trying to like come at me, whatever, in her defense, but there were other girls defending me, and then they were like, it was just like too much. It was just a lot going on, like, but it definitely got like over like 100K like and millions.
She said.
And then a part of this, some random like fake page went and photoshopped a ashy penis onto my lips. And what killed me though is that they photoshopped like lips puckering with the like onto my like it's like it was like they put other lips that's sucking over my lips, like on my profile picture, and then they put the
dick in your mouth,
like it basically. And like,
I think I know why, because you said that maybe because she posted that picture and she got sexualized. So then they probably took your picture and sexualized
but
it. Isn't
that redundant? Like, you're mad because I commented about whatever, and then you're even trying to defend her, like, oh, she's talking about AI porn, whatever. But then you're doing the same thing to me. Like, this is why I don't really care about like that fake Twitter outrage. Like, I just don't care. It's like, you know, keep crying into the void. But yeah, that Photoshop. I didn't even care that they photoshopped the penis on my mouth. Like, I really only cared that it was ashy. Because like, why couldn't you find one that like had a moisturized like oil penis or something?
Next time, guys, put a moisturized one.
But the thing that they got right, at least it was black. That was nice. Like, thanks for being considerate. You know?
Thank you.
Thank you for being considerate.
No, that was funny. Like, I was actually like crying. I'm like, I hope I don't ruin my makeup.
They
put
be
the dick in
doing.
my mouth.
You know, someone made a hate page of me.
Of you?
Yeah, like, and then they put like oh, like F, like, and then my name, Fati the Dream, and then they like put F my mom, F my dad.
Oh my God!
Like,
That's
literally, like, they made a hate. Yo, I don't know why I get so many people angry on Twitter, like, or why
really
any of
people
my
people
posts-
have that much time to sit there and like just.
and with that one, dang, I can't even
You
remember.
have to be so miserable.
I can't remember what I said. It's like, you know what's funny? Anytime I make a tweet that seems more like traditional or like that points to like, you know, some type of like family dynamic, taking care of a man, like not necessarily taking care of a man, but like, you know, that traditional mindset kind of thing, like where like it's like, okay, like, you know, I don't mind cooking for my man, or I don't mind, like, you know, doing whatever. Tweets like that gets traction from my like account, and it brings in a lot of like women who are like super upset
with men.
with me, and they call me a pick me.
Are they gay?
Right.
I mean, that's fine to be. That's fine to be gay.
As you should be, but
I
like,
just don't like how like nowadays it's kind of like
I was gonna pull up
you
an
want a
example for
guy
you.
to do all of these things for you, right? But then it's like when it comes to you like reciprocating, maybe not in like financially, but like as like how a woman would do. Like let's say a man gives you a house and then you turn it into a home, and then it becomes so much like hate. But then you have an issue when he goes and finds a different culture that's bringing him that. Like, do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just feel like some of them have it so difficult, and it's not only women that is the prize in the relationship. Like, you know what I mean? And I think like even this movement that you were talking about earlier about like decentering men and how like, okay, maybe they're sick of men and that they're cutting out men. Like, I mean, unless you want to be with a woman, you're going to end up with a guy. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? So I just feel like even taking that whole vow to be like, okay, I'm swearing off a man, it's just like too extreme.
Like, but it's like, okay, I was trying to look for like a tweet example for you, but I can't, like, I'm not about to go and search for my viral tweets. Like, that's just annoying. There's a few, but okay, as per what we were discussing about the decentering men and where it started. It started with women abandoning their friends or even family for a partner, or like, you know, and it's usually like their man. Like, so it's really like women abandoning their friend or their family for a man, and for their man, whatever. And that's where like the conversation started. And then it turned into people saying that women who do that, who abandon their friends, abandon their families, are doing that because they're male-centered.
Okay.
So then then that's where the discourse kind of like, you know.
But the thing is though, how is that the man's fault that the woman is a male-centered?
It's not about men. It's a criticism of women.
Of women. Oh, okay.
It's like strictly criticizing women for, I guess, centering men, but the way that people talk about male-centered women, I think it takes away from what it actually is. Because a lot of times where male-centered women become an issue is when it becomes like harmful to themselves and people around them. I think that's really what the conversation should be, not a woman who wants to be in a relationship. Because
okay, give me an example.
Like, for example, there was a story, well, it was like, you know, like a news story that I saw of these girls who set this woman up, and I think they killed her over like some guy that I guess they were both messing with him. And then so like set her up and then killed her. Could we say the K word? Too late. Oh, well, I already said it like 10 times. But they ended up basically like, you know, boom booming her
Mm-hmm.
over this guy. I believe that's someone who is, because if a man is making you crash out that bad,
Mm-hmm.
like you really need to reevaluate a lot and love yourself
Yeah.
a little bit more. And I feel like that is you centering a man in your life,
Mm-hmm.
not the woman who wants a family, who wants to
Right.
build a family and be with a
I think
man.
that when that comes out, it's a little tricky because it's like, let's say that you're being considerate of, like, let's say you're dating somebody and you guys are serious, living together or whatever, and then you're being considerate of like their time.
Mm-hmm.
Then some other person or like friends or even sometimes family might see it as like, okay, why are you choosing this guy over us? Do you understand what I'm saying? But the thing is, like, my thing is, let's say before I met a boyfriend and then me and you have a plan to like travel. I'm not gonna like come to you the same day like, oh, you know, the day that you say we wanted to go to like Punta Cana, we need to cancel because I want to go with my boyfriend and go and do that. Like,
That's
no,
messed up.
because
but
I feel
there's
like,
girls who do that.
right? But I just feel like with that, it's plans that set. If me and my girlfriend have like a friend that is a girl, like my best friend that have a tradition that we do this, or even like, okay, family that have a tradition that we do that. That I feel like you can include the guy, but I don't feel like, okay, because of the guy, let me stop. You know, and I also know this friend, beautiful girl. She's so pretty. Like she will be all like, oh, let's go out, guy. Like let's go out. Like, oh, do you think the guys is gonna be at that location? I think the guys are gonna be there. Like,
girl,
oh,
let's go have a good time.
You know, it's like I feel like that's what male centered is. Like, oh,
that's part of it though.
right? Like, oh, is the guys gonna be there? Oh, I'm moving to Australia, but let me put my location. I'm in Canada. I'm moving to Australia. Let me put my location in Australia to map out like the dating website, Tinder, and all of that, to map out what kind of guys are out there before I go. That's what you're thinking
like,
before
exactly.
you go. Like that's what I feel like. That's what the male center is. But
That's a part of it,
right? But if it's like, let's say that okay, you're with a guy for 2 years now, and then it's like, okay, for Christmas I want to go with my family to somewhere. But you know how like new like holidays are important to him. Hey, I can't spend Christmas with you, but I want to make it to you on New Year. I'm going to go with my family for Christmas and then I'll make it to you on New Year. But I feel like it's for that family to understand that, okay, now this person might be grown up, or even friends might be grown up, where it's like they want to accommodate that person in their life as well because they want to make it work. That doesn't mean I'm choosing that guy over you, my family. It's just like now there's other people I have to consider that before I didn't. So if it's like, even like Esmera, for instance, right? Me and her were best friends before she moved out. But then it's like she found a guy, they're in love now, they want to get serious, like, and then they moved away where it's like, okay, she got an opportunity that's so great. I'm not gonna say like, oh my gosh, like because you met that guy, you made her move you out of here. As a friend, I need to be happy for her, because when we met when we were in school, it's not the same of like as being our adult years. Like before, like there's so many things that I was not doing. Like I had so many free times on my hand, but now it's like you're growing, you have a full-time job, you have more responsibilities. And then on top of that, if you're in a relationship, it's going to be where your time is going to be taken away, where it's not even like I'm trying to not be friends with my friends or family with my family. No, but it's just like other life factors that contributed to it. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I feel like the issue really, like, and the reason why I kind of hate when people have that take of like, oh, you know, like when they start using those terms like the male-centered woman or like the de-center men from your life or whatever, it's like sometimes their rhetoric is a little bit misguided. I feel like there's a lot of miserable women trying to make others miserable with them because they have the most terrible advice you might ever hear in your life. Like, and it's always them essentially trying to keep other women single too. Where it's like, oh, why you cooking for that man? Oh, like, you know, like just stuff like that. And it's like, what are you talking about? Oh, I'm not doing this for no man. Oh, I'm not doing this. I'm not. Okay, well, and we see why I'm the one with the ring and you don't have one. Like, you know, I mean, I'm not I'm being very hypothetical here.
Yes, amen. Though hopefully it might come soon. Soon. We're praying into existence, y'all.
From your lips to God's ears. But I'm just saying that I feel like a lot of it isn't coming from a genuine place. I feel like the criticism is more valid when there are true male centered, because what the criticism should be in like a situation like the example you brought up, for example, with the girl who's only worried about whatever guys are going to be downtown, it should be, girl, why are you so worried about these guys? Why are you worried about that? Let's just focus on or worry about having a good time with us living in the moment. If there's guys there, there's guys there, but I'm not going out just so I can go and be in these guys'
and
faces.
then it's so
like,
exhausting.
Exactly.
Like, have you ever went out with somebody like that? It's so tiring. It's like it drains your energy because sometimes it's like how do they call it? There's a name for it. Help me.
Desperate?
Not even that. Like whenever, like, let's say a guy is going to talk to a girl and then they bring their friend to talk to their friend while they talk to the girl.
Oh, like the
wingman.
Well, wingman, yeah.
Wingman.
No, yeah, that's what it is. But I thought you were talking about like the mission, the 2-man. Or whatever.
I don't know the difference. But wingman, right?
Yeah.
So like then it's like, let's say you the girl you went out with is so like, and you know when guys can tell that this person is being desperate, now they're looking at you and then, okay, yo, bro, like I know she's with a friend, go talk to the friend to distract her while I talk to her. But then it's like I'm forced to make conversation with a guy trying to preoccupy me. Yeah. Because for his friend to talk to you, but then it's like it's draining my energy because like this is me.
I don't want to be in this dude's face, actually.
And then it's like you're trying to laugh and be friendly and your jaws hurt. It's like you've been like fake cheesing the whole time. I
don't do that anymore.
It's like so awkward.
I would flat out just do the I just walk away. It's like you could speak to my friend and y'all could whatever without me having to do this. Like, it's hard for me to fake it, really. Like, honestly, it's so hard for me to fake it. Yeah. Like, I would just quickly, I'm so sorry, I'm not interested. Actually, I'm not even sorry, I'm just not interested. Yeah. Like,
yeah. We
don't gotta fake this. Like, if it's like a mutual, like, for example, I'm with my friend and like there's a guy that's interested in me and I'm also interested in him, but then like my friend is also interested in his friend and he's interested, and that type
could
of
be organic.
Like that's more, but like I'm not doing entertain my friend while I talk to you. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Grow up. That's definitely like early 20s behavior.
Like, I don't like this.
I'm a little too grown for that.
Yeah. Oh, and then also like when it comes to like the whole like like decentering men too, there is also the negative portion towards the guy that I was talking about earlier, where it's kind of like, okay, we are swearing off guys, we don't want to be with guys and all of that. Yeah. It raises my thing to like the passport bros when they go overseas, like Colombia. And
that's Colombia. That's the alpha male category.
There's another place that they go,
probably like Thailand or like the Philippines or something. Like they be going out there, like they be going over there too.
And it's kind of like I feel like if let's say here, right?
Brazil, maybe you was thinking of
I think it was Thailand. I was thinking.
Oh, okay.
Like let's say they're here, but then it's like they're so hated all the time. Like I feel like it would be so exhausting. You know what I'm trying to say? It's like you have women that are like sleeping with men, but then every time they come online, it's almost so much negativity towards them. Men. It's gonna get so. I feel like it would be sickening. Now if I go somewhere else where it's like, okay, maybe my passport or my little $4,000 a month is good for it's the world
to someone who's appreciative or something.
You know what I'm trying to say? Like,
Yeah.
it's gonna start to be more of a positive thing to them because now it's like, okay, like they want to be that providers, and finally they're being looked at as that. You know what I'm trying to
That's
say?
the
Like,
alpha male
but then
dudes.
I feel like
Yeah.
then there's a negative portion of it that I'm coming to. But then it's like I feel like it could be also them pushing those guys away.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Because it's like, okay, here it might be different. Where it's like, okay, maybe the rent is more expensive here. A lot of things is more expensive here. But even like if they, I feel like if you don't feel appreciated somewhere, you're gonna go out elsewhere to try to find that. You know, and I feel like hence like the passport bro sometimes.
But I feel like
Sometimes.
also men like to feel, like I think it's like more so like a human nature thing, not and this isn't like a, like they want to be providers or feel at least feel like one, right? Like or like a leader. A leader like, and I'm not going to lie, like me personally, I would like a man that can lead me or whatever, right? But men want to feel like they're leaders and, like they're like they want to use their masculine energy and whatever. You know what I mean? Just and then there's a lot of women who are super independent who have expectations of men that a lot of men sometimes just can't. God.
They're like afraid of to me.
Not even, it's almost as if they can't rise to the occasion, but I feel like that happens because of timing, because it's not really, because sometimes you could meet someone at the wrong time and they're not ready for what you're looking for at that moment, but they might be ready down the line. A lot of women
There's a difference though.
Wait, but a lot of women don't want to wait for that transition. They want a finished product. They don't want to kind of this. Yes.
Yeah, no,
a
I
lot
feel
of
like
women
there
they want
is
a finished
what
product.
you're saying is true, but then also there's some guys that like you. I think we talked about it in the previous episode where you know where they're headed if they have that finished product, and then there's some people that is like they will tell you straight off, if I'm not doing it for my mom, I'm not doing it for you.
Oh yeah.
Or like, oh, I told Shorty like don't come over here thinking I'm gonna do this for you. Like I'm not that type of person to spend on a woman. I'm not that type of person. I feel like initially,
they be capping, and two, it's not a large portion of guys that are like that.
But that's what I'm saying. That I feel like if even if you're speaking like that, it's a turn off.
Yeah.
Where it's like, damn, like I'm sure you don't sleep with your mom. So why do you think that it should be the same? Like it should be the same type
like
of
treatment.
thing.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Those
One,
are mama's boys.
And two, I feel like if I'm with you as a guy, like don't try to put that in my head where it's like, okay, let's say you go to the mall and you see like, okay, my girl will look nice in this. I'm not gonna spend it because I don't splurge on ladies. It's just like for people that are like weak or third. It doesn't make sense.
Like I really feel like that's like a smaller group of men who one are definitely mama's boys for one, and two are super immature, because if the average guy that you would meet and I mean like not just even the ones that are just like purely lustful or whatever, like, but a lot of them, they want to kind of do for a woman, like they like take her on a date, or and now like let's just say it's not just like that beginning phase and it's getting into like a they want to oh, you like flowers, they get women flowers, they whatever, small gifts or big gifts, like they do. There's a lot of men who do who plan to do, who like try to save up to do for women, who want to, you need food for lunch, boom, and they sending her money for lunch. Or a lot of guys do that. Or even paying the rent. Ask the average girl, like, a lot of women, they get their rent paid by men. A lot of men definitely, because that's I don't know, whatever psychology it is, but they really, it's not like a lot of men who are just like, I'm not doing X, Y, and Z for any woman. I really feel like a lot of men like to be providers, right? But then you have women who, they have bad experiences with certain guys, or like maybe it's even them repeating the same patterns or whatever, so they keep meeting the same type of guy, and it's just, you know, just all around terrible, have these terrible experiences with men, so then they end up coming online and spewing like all type of like hateful rhetoric towards men, just anti-man. You cooked for him. Oh, you so male centered. Oh, I can't. Oh, you supporting whatever. Oh, you paid for him to do what? Oh, you so male centered. Like, girl, you know.
No, I feel like one with those kind of women, I feel like maybe you shouldn't be dating. Like, heal first before you move on to another thing, and then also you need to like speak the truth to yourself. Like, sometimes you need to hear where you are messing up at, because a lot of people like to put the blame on other people.
Yeah.
And then also when it comes to the cooking and the cleaning thing, right? Me right now with like, we spoke about standards before. There's other things that is like, okay, you want to look for in a guy before you even think about settling down with them in a relationship. Why do you think it's not the same thing for that guy?
Exactly.
If it's on his bucket list that, okay, I want a woman that can cook. I want a woman that knows how to do laundry, clean the house.
Crazy, but
I'm
sorry.
Bucket list. What is it called?
I don't know, wish list. But bucket list is
whatever.
It's very
wish
morbid.
List. I think I meant wish list. If it's on their list for that, there's nothing wrong with that, because why would I want to marry somebody that is showing me half of the thing just so that we could get married and then they show me the full thing?
Like, because you're not gonna know.
I'm not going to know. And it's like, if you care about that person, what's wrong with making a meal? What, you're not gonna eat? Like, okay, I'm making a food for myself, and you're gonna say, okay, don't come and eat, or I'm purposely not gonna cook because I'm never cooking for a guy. I just feel like now, okay, here over at home in Ghana, right? There is women that don't work. There's a lot of stay-at-home people, like wives and all of that, and then basically their job is always to be in the house and cooking and cleaning and all of that. But now I feel like we're in a different world where, like that super traditional thing is not as much, because like I'm working, he's working. I come home, I'm tired. Sometimes I can't even stand in the kitchen to do that. Okay, we order food out, or he takes you out, you eat. But once you have that time, I don't think there's anything wrong to be like, okay, let me cook and store in the fridge for us to eat it when the time comes. But I feel like it's both parts to work together for that. You know?
I completely agree. And I feel like a lot of women would criticize the woman who, after knowing like, oh, she had all this going on in her day, like she's so busy, she's doing this, she's doing that, you know, all this is going on, and then they'll tell her, why would you then, like, they'll criticize her for this, like, why would you then come home and cook? Like, you like, just stuff like that, like, you know, oh, and then they'll criticize the man for allowing her to do that. And it's like, if I can still cook and do whatever I gotta do, and I choose to do that, that should be on me. You don't need to criticize me for doing that, or you know, that's how I choose to live my life. You know what I mean? And that's what that's a lot of how the conversation starts usually. Like, you know, they'll see someone post a day in their life.
Another thing too that I've noticed is like I don't want to say all, some African men that come here, sometimes I feel like it's harder for them to leave that mentality of like over back home, like it being enough for like their mom staying at home and then the dad is providing and everything. Like, over there, it's like if you build your house, you don't have to, like, I don't know about every mortgage I don't know about every other every African country. I just know from like the few that I know that it's not like, if you buy your house, you don't have to worry about a mortgage. Exactly. You're gonna stay there to your grandkids if they want, and all of that. But here, you need a 2-income household. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like,
it's different.
There has to be 2. So if I'm working, you're working, and then sometimes too they go and bring over a girl from over there to come to here. And you know, they imagine like, okay, having their feet washed when they come home from work, and
Excuse me? Hold
but
on.
that's what I'm saying. Like some cultures, that's what they do. You know what I'm trying to say? Like I don't mind like if okay, like my boyfriend's leg is like full of callus and I soak it and I scrape it on for him. I don't care because he works like
about
he works
to
a lot.
throw up, bro.
You know what I mean?
Like, yo, I'm so sorry. I hate
you hate feet.
Jeez, yo,
No,
stop.
Like I don't see anything wrong with it. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because it's like
Don't describe the act.
no, or like even if you go to the nail salon, like okay, hey, your feet hurt. Let's go to the nail salon and I'll treat you to it. I don't see a problem to that.
Okay,
You understand? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And even if I do it too. If you're in the bathroom and like, okay, well, scrub here, I will do it for you because I'm a perfectionist.
Lydia,
But anyway,
like, that's
so you don't want to do it yourself, but you want the nail salon people to do it.
they like feet, maybe. I can't.
You don't gotta do it.
I'm not.
You
like,
know, I'm not saying do it, right?
Even
But-
when someone's foot touches me,
Mm-hmm.
like I just like my whole body just like.
I want to ask so many questions, but I can't because we're in live right now.
Like why?
So what happens when you like? I'll ask over the camera.
The
Like,
feet don't reach.
so like, what if you're like cuddling and stuff?
The feet don't reach.
You gotta what?
The feet don't reach. It don't reach me.
I never. Okay. Anyway,
Why you
so
been playing footsies or something?
no, I'm just saying because sometimes if you're laying and you're cuddling and stuff, like your leg is gonna fall on your leg.
Yeah, my leg. Yeah,
so,
but not the...
no, I'm saying like if you're both laying in the couch, your
Okay.
legs are going the same direction. What if he moves it up to try to get up and touches your feet?
It don't. Oh, listen, I'm
so
I'm
confused.
5'3". They be like 6 feet.
There's
It
so
don't
many
reach.
things that I want to see.
It don't reach.
But yeah, so like some of them, that's the expectation that they have in their head. Like, okay, I want to come home and be worshipped, like how I am back home. And then sometimes they go over there, like in the village somewhere, and bring the girls here.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I feel like it's a difference if you're all in the bubble where you don't know the other world. But let's say one person knows more, and then the other person doesn't, and then you go bring that person here and keep them in a house. And when you want to pop babies, you pop babies. Like, and a lot of times, like these women don't even know like the science between like pleasure and all of that. It's kind of like they see having sex as baby making. So then you're making babies, she's cooking, she's doing this, she's staying in the house, and then they like whenever they start going outside and becoming quote unquote civilized or Americanized, then it starts to become a problem. Oh, I spend this much money on this woman. She came here and now she changed. She doesn't want to cook for me no more. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? And then they start to like complain and then they start living in the misery. I just feel like to an extent, I feel like that's kind of taking advantage of their innocence of not knowing the outside world. Because it's like the same way that...
I'll say the Western world. It's different.
Yeah, in the same way that I did see this thing where this man kidnapped a young girl and kept her at the back of her house, like his house, for like years. You know, like taking it like whenever he wanted to.
What was he?
Huh?
What? Was he African?
No.
He was.
It was America. He was white. Is that what you're asking?
Okay, yeah.
But listen though, like he took her. She was 12 or so. Put her in the back of her like his house, like in a shelter, like locked up.
Okay.
And then like years go by, she's having babies. Like, you know, whenever he wants, he comes and goes. She's not allowed to see anybody. And then he got caught. He got put in jail. My thing is like, think about it. What is the difference? You know more than that girl you brought in. You're keeping her where she can't learn and then make friends.
Oh, you saying like that's like kidnapping or trafficking?
You know, because it's like those people you paying the bride price from and bringing her here. They don't know what's happening.
going on. Yeah, because it's different from what they're
you know,
used to.
it's like you're the only one. It's almost like you're grooming her. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Because think about it, like in the flip side. At me, that I know a lot of things about America. I go in a village somewhere, go find a guy. He comes in here like, oh, I'm going to go to work. Make sure you clean, watch the kids. Don't go anywhere. Oh, you hanging with your friends? What is going on, Sam? You're changing now. Like, what? You don't want the guy. You know what I'm trying to say? It's going to be seen as different.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, and it's like you compare this. It's like, okay, a kidnapper and then what is it?
Or like the traffickers.
Right. Like, what is, no, I just said the word. grooming
Grooming.
people, and
Oh,
then you
yeah.
have these people going to like, okay, get a girl
Or you mean
that
like the pedos?
not even I wouldn't call
They're
it
the
that,
ones that
but
groom.
right, but like then you go get this African girl that don't know anything, that is almost in the brick of like dumbness with no
Hey.
education, and then you bring her into the house and she can't make friends, she can't associate, she can't.
Yeah, that is like
It's kind of the
kidnapping.
same thing.
Keeping her in like a jail,
Yeah.
basically.
So I just feel like
That is an entirely different, like, that's messed up. That's someone
but because
who
you
is
pay the
trying
bride
to,
price is different. So
someone that's trying to, like, that's abuse though. Like, that's just,
but is it really if you don't know? Or is it?
it still
Is
don't
it?
matter if you're ignorant to it or not. That's still,
Like that's
right
what
is
I'm
right and
saying,
wrong
because
is
you
wrong.
don't they don't know these, and then it's like they start to learn and pick up, and then it's like, oh shoot, now things are getting expensive. Like I might need you to get a job. When you go get a job, bring your money back to me. Like you know what I'm trying to say, because now they're staying out more, they're associating, and it's like okay, now you're changing, but you're allowed to go out and come out at any time that you want. But if I do, then it's like. Like I see a lot of things. I'm always on that side of TikTok where there's this one where the guy was kicking the wife out because like I spent so much money on you to bring you here, and I come home, you don't cook for me, and I'm just like, oh my gosh,
not a wasted investment.
I'm like, this is crazy.
Okay,
The
and
expectations
I hope
is
she
huge.
lands on her feet and away from him. Like, I'm not here to be your, like, that is basically like, I don't want to compare it to like slavery.
Yeah.
But like indentured
Because
servitude.
it's too much of a harsh word.
Indentured servitude or something like.
Yeah.
That's like basically them like working off a debt,
Right.
basically. Like,
So-
but that's.
I think that
That's
in this episode that I feel like we've cleared it up a little bit, where it's like being male centered and a girl trying to be in a relationship is two different things.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I don't think it should be conflated at all. And
No.
I even on that topic too, I feel like sometimes things can be subjective. I do feel like sometimes friends cross too many boundaries. Because if me and you, we hang out all the time or whatever, and then I meet a guy and me and him become serious and stuff, why are you still expecting us to have the exact same type of relation? And that's what they want. Then they accuse you of like abandoning them or whatever, and it's
then
like,
they get so
no,
angry when you say that you were hanging out with. It wasn't
like,
it
no, I
wasn't
want to
with
spend
my
time with my man.
it wasn't with my experience though, but it wasn't with my
No,
experience,
yeah.
but it was like with this other girl. Well, I would say like a mutual. It was my friend's friend's friend. It was my friend who brought her friend, and then I met her friend, and then her friend.
It's an acquaintance, girl.
Yeah.
That's
Anyway,
it.
yeah. So it was basically like I think I had seen her, and I'm like, oh, how is your friend doing? Whatever. And then she was like, oh, me and her are not friends no more. And I'm like, why? She's like, oh, I think that this girl thought that we were actually in an actual romantic relationship or something.
Oh no.
And I'm like, why? She's like, every time I hang out with my boyfriend and we live together now, she would get so mad. Like,
See, that's so weird, and I feel like that's also like a little bit of jealousy too, and also a weird like. She probably did think that they were romantically involved or something, but
I'm like, you're not gonna marry me, so like,
bro,
somebody else is gonna marry me,
bro,
and you need to be happy for me if you want to be my wedding.
Or you need to go and find yourself a man and get a life away from me, like, because I feel like friendships are supposed to like grow and adapt, and we often enter different stages in our lives. If we were like we were friends in college, girl, we're in college.
Yeah,
we are kids. We are in college. We don't even have like any real world,
have
like
no
nothing.
responsibilities.
And then now, like, I'm 25 and I'm probably like finally dating someone, and maybe we're getting really serious, there's a future there or whatever. We're not gonna be the same, like, even okay, aside from that, like becoming a fiance, whatever, aside from that, right, when I start a relationship, I cannot do the same things I was doing when I was single. I'm not going to like I'm not gonna be in certain environments
because you have to think, I feel like looking at it from this perspective of the guy too. Let's say that okay, me and you are in a relationship, but you always want to be out. like the times that you're working, okay, you're working, but every time you come out, it's either with my friend or okay, I'm going over here.
Right.
Like, are you gonna feel okay with that? Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, no, because you're gonna be like, okay, it's 11 o'clock. Why is this girl
is she still not here?
You know what I'm trying to like? So it's just like.
And aside from that, you don't want to spend time with your man or
but
do
then
stuff
another
with him.
thing
Like,
too,
that's
though,
crazy.
I feel like it becomes a little tricky where you don't want to also neglect your friends altogether, because then it's like before the guy came, they were there.
Meet once a week.
You know, like
meet up once a week for an activity. Do something. Go to the gym together. Go grab a drink. Go to dinner. Like once a week or twice, maybe
or
twice.
Even like talking on the phone, texting. Like I'm not that. Like, I'm not really a phone texting
person. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah.
But I still love you though. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? It's not no hard feelings, because I feel like if I need you, I'll call. If you need me, you call, I'll answer. So it's not really, you know, there's so many things like when we were in school, I didn't have to like the rent I wasn't worried about. Like if I needed to fly somewhere, okay, call, like let my family know, they booked the ticket for me.
Right.
Like now, all like budgeting wise, like, okay, my car situation, okay, you have to pay this, you have to pay that. There's so many things that comes into play that restricts you about certain things that you might want to do. Like, you know what I mean? So it's just more of the story. People grow up. Just don't, I feel like but don't cut out people that were there for you though before that guy. And also people need to respect each other and like know, kind of like understand that when we were younger, it's kind of we grow up, like, you know what I'm trying to say. Like, so
you should.
But that doesn't mean that I'm trying to be like, okay, we don't have a relationship. Like, I'll make time.
Just adapt. You
to
know? Like, just, you know, again, do an activity. For example, right? Me and you got the podcast on Tuesdays. That's like our little activity, right? Like, and I see you every week. That's fine. I don't feel neglected by you, Lydia, at all, because
and then I'm gonna call you and be like,
doing
I can't come, like, because I'm asleep in the bed.
See, you only get you only get a couple passes for that one until but it's okay. That. But either way, but this is like a nice activity or whatever, and it doesn't, it's not taken away from so much whatever. And then it's like, if you're free again on another day, then we could link up again and whatever the case is. But it doesn't have to be like this is and if I don't see you for a couple weeks, I'm not gonna be like, oh, Lydia's cut off. Like, bro, come on. So I just think people need to take a chill pill and relax and get a life and stop talking about like things that don't matter nor affects them. Well, then we be talking about things that don't matter or affect us. We're the exception.
All right, y'all. Thank you guys so much for joining us for today's episode. We hope to see you in the next one, and let us know what you think in the comments.
Yes. Thank you.
Bye. Bye.